and virtual, it just seems like it's like that reset. It's like hitting the reset button.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's every Monday. I you know, some people regret Mondays, but I think Mondays are good days. Every day is a good day. We always call Wednesday what? Humpback Wednesday. We look forward to Friday, looking forward to Friday. But I think we that have a life and have purpose, the days just kind of blend into each other. We
Yes.
learn how to take time to rest and take time to disconnect, and we don't have what the world does. Well, it's stressful Monday and it's humpback Wednesday and it's Friday. I'm like, because Friday can look like Monday to some of us. It just depends.
Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. It's all a matter of, I think it's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
And if your perspective is that Monday, I remember hearing someone say, I just dread Mondays. Well, if that's what you do, then that's what's going to show up for you on Monday is dread. And so
Exactly. You
it's
program
you
you
program.
program your mind for that.
Mhm, mhm.
I think we've been programmed anyway. Who,
Yeah,
who came
for
up
sure.
with all of these cliches and axioms? Who does that? And so we were kind of like we were conditioned for it. So we just repeated what was said to us. And I think this generation
Absolutely.
is changing all of that. We're not doing that. And the older
Absolutely.
people are learning. I find out the baby boomers are learning how to unpack. Some of them are stuck. Some of us
Mm,
some of us are really stuck, but there are a lot of us that are coming out and unpacking and trying to find our way in this culture and community with our purpose. So,
yes, absolutely. We got some people coming on. Hi,
yeah,
Raynette and
hi,
Tiffany and
hi,
Deacon Donna
hi,
and
Tiffany.
friends. Good evening. Good evening. We got East Coast on here. We
Well,
got the Gulf Coast. We have our West Coast represented. Please share this out.
yeah,
Help us get the message out to those who are listening, those who are assigned to our voices, who are sent
come
to
on.
what we are building, these seeds of legacy. I'm telling you, we've got such a powerful conversation that we're having. We said, this is just going to be us sitting on our sofas, and you all have this is our eavesdropping session. You got a front row seat to
A front
Seeds of
row.
Legacy.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes,
Welcome.
Jessica Long and our
Oh, I
yes.
so appreciate you, Tiffany and Daniel. Pastor Tiffany and Daniel do a family Bible study talking about seeding legacy. They do a family Bible study at 6 o'clock p.m. on Monday evenings, and they intentionally, so that Tiffany could be a part of this conversation, moved their Bible study, their family Bible study to be present. So thank you for honoring this conversation and seating, and for all of you who have put aside something to be here on tonight. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. That's an important point, Coach Debbie, because there is so much going on in the world, so much going on in social media, this space that we're in. We have a plethora of flyers, conferences, workshops, convocations, conferences, meetings. I mean, we're flooded with them. We're flooded with them. And when we have a rhythm of, of individuals who are part of hearing our voices and they take out the time, because time is valuable now. Time is
Yes, it
as
is.
valuable as currency, is more
It's
valuable
true.
than currency, right?
Yes,
Because it's the only
yes.
thing that if you lose it, you can't get it back.
We can't get it back.
Can't get it back. And so when we
Mm-mm.
have men and women who take out the time to say, wait a minute, because we know our attention span is short now. It's almost like they say it's about 2.5 seconds. That's all people can do now, is 2.5 seconds. And if
Yeah.
you can train yourself beyond the 2.5 seconds, it means that you're honed in on the voice that you need to be honed in so that you can be empowered. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate the rhythm, and all
Mm.
of that you're coming on today to hear something about Brilliance experience and legacy. And what brought us here, of course, is the Brilliance experience. I'm telling you, and Coach Debbie's going to talk a little bit about that. But I just want to share how this woman's life has impacted me. Yes,
Mm.
I'm older than she is. Yes, I am her mentor. But sometimes we don't understand that there is mutual mentorship.
Mm.
Mentorship is where you understand that it's not just about you. It's not about you only. That other person, that mentor or mentee has something to give you at the same time. I've
Mm.
learned through my counseling sessions. Most of the time, I'm learning from my mentees. I'm learning from my clients. There is a quote
Mm.
in Dr. Paula Price's book called The ABCs of the Apostolic that she wrote in 2009, and I read her workbook. And she said, and she talks about the success, kingdom succession, that
Mm.
that nothing is actually initiated, created by the person, that everything is birthed out of the womb of something else. Now,
Ooh.
this was written in 2009, and that concept has stuck with me because
Mm.
it speaks of Genesis. When God spoke the world into existence, he created everything in maturity. He didn't create the egg,
Yes.
he created the rooster. He didn't create the seed, he created the tree, which created the fruit. So when scripture talks about mature or perfection, especially the New Testament, the Greek word is teleos, which means it means when you've come to maturity or you've come to completion or your intended purpose. Jesus was 33 years old. He had maturated, he had come to his mature purpose. Perfection has nothing to do with morality, it has to do with
Wow.
maturity. So God created everything in its maturity. And then he created every seed bearing fruit inside of it.
Yes.
And
Mm.
what we have come to understand, especially as uh, the Black Afro Americans or people of color, is that we're just starting to learn how much our seed was suppressed, how much our
Mm.
value of
Yes.
ourselves have been suppressed. One of the, and I'm sure you've come into this phenomenon too, Coach Debbie, is that most of the time when we're coaching individuals, they don't even understand their own value and they downplay who they are. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's probably why Brilliance was really birthed, because you
Absolutely.
recognized how people dim their light. So the fact
Absolutely.
that you came up with the Brilliance experience, and then you call this season, this fourth year, Seeds of Legacy. I'm like, wow. You said Legacy Edition. I'm like, I'm a seed of legacy. While I have so many of my counterparts, so many of my colleagues who are struggling with how to morph, because when you get a certain age, you don't get the appointments that you
Mhm.
used to get. You're not the keynote speaker. They don't
Right.
call you. They don't call you to their conferences. How do I continue and be relevant as to who I am? And God has always given me to understand the signs of the time. I've understood that. And so my identity is not in the fact that I was this wonderful closer for conferences. That wasn't my identity. My identity
Absolutely.
is my purpose. So I morph into the
Yes.
seasons. And I have
Mhm.
found out through the brilliance, when you said the brilliance experience and the seeds of legacy, that is where this is coming from. And so
Woo.
we're gonna be talking about that. But she's a pastor, a coach, a mom, a CEO. Just tell the people a little bit about you.
Oh my goodness. I'm a daughter of the King, first and foremost, a lover of Jesus Christ. I am absolutely nothing without him. I am built for, and he designed me in such a creative way that he allows me to touch the marketplace in a ministerial way, oh my goodness, that has massive impact. And
Massive.
so I have had a career in healthcare for over several decades and a half. It's crazy to even think about 35 years in the healthcare industry,
Ooh, 30.
in various capacities. And I had the audacity about 5 years ago to step out into the entrepreneurial world where the Brilliance experience was birthed out of my own experience of no longer being shrouded and hiding behind what and who God created me to be. But look, I said, come to the light.
Come
Jesus
to
said,
the
come
light.
to the light. Just come
Come
on
to
to
the
the light, right?
light.
Just come to the light. So I just came to the light. So just come to the light. So, you know, there are so many, you said so much in your opening, Mom, about mutual mentorship. And I want you all to like get that, right? Get that. Mentorship is mutual.
It
And I
is.
think we miss that a lot of times because in the mentor mentee relationship, uh, the traditional model is that one believes they're greater than, and in cases there is this case where there is something the mentee can teach the mentor. And so you have modeled this such a beautiful way in how we have shown up together. And so I'm just excited to be here as part of this conversation as we talk about, how the Brilliance experience was even birthed from years of, accomplishments, achievements, serving others well,
Hmm.
and realizing the difference between being successful and fully owning who God created me to be.
Oh,
And
wow.
I saw brilliant women everywhere. They were
Everywhere.
everywhere. Women
Everywhere.
leading organizations, ministries, businesses,
Yes.
families, and yet many of them were still questioning their worth and waiting for permission or shrinking their gifts to make others feel comfortable. And so God impressed upon my heart that brilliance isn't something we earn, is something we recognize and we steward it and we release it. And so the Brilliance experience became a place where women could renew their minds, ignite their vision, share their hearts, a safe place, rediscover their identity, lean into their purpose wholly, and leave with the courage to fully occupy the space they were created for. So that's just a tidbit of how the Brilliance experience came to be. It took a while birthing it, but
Well, it takes a while to incubate.
mm-hmm.
God had to wait until you were mature enough. First of all,
Mm.
we have to deal with our pain, and we become honest with our own pain,
Oh, yeah.
and realize something is missing, and I have to be
Mm.
open enough to try to find out what that is.
Yeah.
And again, we have been conditioned to undermine our own brilliance, and how to come out of that. We're talking about layers of, and I write my book, and I'll talk about that later. Layers and layers and
Yeah.
layers of trauma and intergenerational trauma has caused us to feel
Mm.
that way about ourselves. And so
Yes.
God has called, we've come out of we used to grapple for the pulpit on the first Sunday.
Mm.
It's only one pulpit and uh, one, what, 52 Sundays out of the year. And then the pulpit was designed for the brothers. It wasn't designed for us,
Yes.
originally. And we're
Yes.
trying to find our place. People have told us what our place is, but we're not comfortable with the chair you put us in. We're
Mm.
more than what you have assigned us to be.
Yes. Yes. We're beyond that box of where folks have tried to put a cap on us. And I love that what you said about the healing component because it was Um, I attended Healing from Trauma God's Way with Freedom Coach Natasha Miller, and I became a director with her program. And I did a whole year, 6 months to a year on purpose. But before I could get there, I had to heal. And I thought I was healed, right? So it is that pain has a way of hiding itself under layers and layers of life and things and such. And so we have to excavate, be
Uh-huh.
willing to excavate and dig out and be honest with all of those things that, and it's a process. Somebody said it on here,
It, it,
Deacon Donna, the process. We have
it,
to be willing to face the process.
Francesca says, and she's an apostle. I mean, no disrespect. Sometimes I don't mind you calling them by my name. When you create a space and time, it says you honor who's pouring. That's good. It does say you honor who's pouring. I try very hard to make sure if I'm going to spend some time on a live, that I spend letting that person know I appreciate their pour. I'm not doing a drive-by. You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm
Not
not.
doing a drive-by. It's enough of those out there.
I know, and people are living off of drive-bys. They grift. This new word grifting.
Mm.
They pick pieces of
Whew.
information from different people, and they rebrand it, but they have no essence. There's no essence.
Ooh.
There's no essence there. You know,
Mm.
when we go to school, when we go to college, we have a discipline. What is your discipline?
It's your discipline.
What's your discipline? My discipline is human services. So that covers a lot of territory. It has to do with humanity. And so my purpose is about humanity. My discipline, religion, art.
Yes.
And
Yes.
my discipline is the honorary doctorate in ministry. It's all the work that I've done. I'm a humanitarian. That is my discipline. I'm not a
Discipline.
vocal.
Yes.
I'm not an artist. I'm not trying to be insurance broker. I'm a
Mm.
humanitarian.
Yes. That's it. That's it. Knowing the discipline and functioning in that discipline, right? Mine is a servant leader. Leadership is a discipline. Healthcare ministry, those disciplines and function, people, purpose, the discipline of identifying and I say that you don't find your purpose. Your purpose is already within you. God created you with purpose. You just uncover it, you discover it. You don't find it. It's not, where's Waldo and something you go hunting for. He put it already within us.
And we love when the light comes on. When
Mhm.
the light comes on, when people discover, when women and men discover, wait a minute, I am all of that in a bag of chips. And unfortunately, that's when people start hating. Like, you think you're something. I absolutely do think I'm something. I
Yeah.
absolutely who told you there was something wrong with you thinking that you was something? The old people just say, who do you think you are? We used to get punished on that. Somebody was sharing that with me a while back, is that was derogatory. But our parents used to say that. Who do you think you are? And we were
Mhm.
done because it was really a punishment, for us. I don't know who I am, and you're not going to tell me who I am. So to get to a place when you think you're something.
And it's no arrogance, it's none of that. And I think, we have it's conditioning, right? We've gotten conditioned um, to minimize our greatness. We've been conditioned, right? Because of all the reasons, right? Culturally, the biases, all of the things that happen in our society have conditioned us to dim the light. I think Tiffany said we are a light. Yeah, we are a light. We're a city that sits on a hill that can't be hid. I had a chuckle earlier today when a sister, Coach LaShawn, she said, stars are great. You're a galaxy. When somebody describes you as a galaxy, that gave me like that just warmed my heart in
I
such a
know.
profound way. I giggled and I like, oh my gosh, like She sees me, right? A
Yes.
galaxy, and I'm not the only galaxy, right? I'm not the only galaxy, but for someone to identify, right? So yeah, I'm
That's
like
somebody that's not intimidated with their own brilliance.
that part, that part.
When you're not
The
intimidated with your own brilliance, you can do that,
yes,
you know?
yes, yes.
Yes,
You
yes.
can give that back. Yeah, you can give.
Pastor Spalding is on here. Thank you, Pastor, for coming on. We love you and appreciate you. She had me on her program a couple of months ago. I enjoy
Mhm.
her platform. She's doing some great things with her husband. I love the teamwork between her and her husband. It's dynamic. We need to see a lot more couples do that together because
Yes.
we have so many couples that are divided. And to see a husband really promote his wife, and if you understand what Ezra is, I really believe my definition of a wife is a reflection of her husband.
Oh,
So if you don't, you're not
yes.
looking good, it's because your husband ain't treating you right.
Oh, wait,
because
come
uh,
on.
because a woman only reflects what she gets, what she receives from her
Yes.
man, what she receives from her husband. And so
Mm,
if it's all about dressing up and looking cute, that's all you're gonna do, look like a little baby doll with an empty brain.
mm.
Hello.
Come alive. Look, come alive. Show us what's inside, because there's many things other than the outer appearance. I think someone said, it's not arrogant. It's not arrogance. If this whole owning your brilliance, it's a definitive. It's ownership, right? It's coming into complete agreement with who God says you are, and not sitting on a shelf for a display of sorts. You've got something to give, you've got something to seed, you've got something to deposit. There is an exchange that is apparent when we allow ourselves to come outside of the shelters and the ceilings of what someone has put us in. And so no longer minimizing our voice, right? Not apologizing for our gifts, not waiting for someone to validate what heaven already affirmed. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. So when you're aligned with your purpose, you stop performing and then you start living authentically.
Absolutely. I
Mhm.
thought about the scripture, First Thessalonians 5:23 is the impetus for my book,
Ooh, come
Journey
on.
Home. And
Tell us about it.
Paul talks about, I pray that your whole body, soul, and spirit be blameless. And
Mm,
that's another drive-by that we do. You know, we bypass, we do spiritual bypassing, and we're so spiritual that we don't take care of our body.
mm.
We don't take it because our
Come
body needs
on, say
to
it
be taken
again.
care of.
Yes,
And our
yes.
soul, not only our spirit, but our soul as
Mhm.
well. Our
Yes.
behavior is tied into our soulish and our psyche. And we miss that because we do so much spiritual bypassing. But I want to get to your Brilliance Experience Conference, which is being held on August the 15th, 2026 in the city of Sassoon, California.
Yes.
And this year's edition is called the Legacy Edition. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How did we get here, right? Why is this year's legacy edition so significant? So this is the fourth year, and this year is special because we are having our inaugural Brilliance Lifetime Achievement Award with yours truly, Her Grace, Archbishop Ezrian Jackson, who is a marketplace and kingdom authority, and Brownie Sims. But legacy has become deeply personal for me. And as I prepare to celebrate my 60th birthday, I've been asking different questions. Like, it's not what else can I accomplish, but what am I reproducing? And legacy isn't what happens when we're gone. It is being intentionally lived every single day. If I cannot say that every conversation we have, every decision we make, every act of obedience that we enter into. So this year's experience is inviting women to become intentional about the seeds they're planting today, because someone else will one day live in the harvest. And so,
Wait, say that
so
again. Wait a minute. What did you say? What did you say?
I said
What
we
did
have
you
to
say?
become intentional about the seeds that we're planting today, because somebody, like, we have no, we don't even realize that somebody else is going to live in the harvest of those seeds. I'm telling you. Oof.
That right there. You know what? I just got. I'm telling you, firecrackers. I'm telling you, it's like the 4th of July going on in my spirit, because I really believe. I really believe that. So I'm living in my harvest. I'm living in the harvest
And the
of seeds that have been sown in
yes,
my life,
yes.
and the seeds that I have sown, that people are, don't wait until I die to give me flowers.
Mm-mm,
You know,
mm-mm.
this past 3 or 4 weeks where I had to bury my baby sister, the
Yes.
saints of God,
Mm,
it was so surreal. It was like you would have thought I had a sanctuary of 500 people who were supporting me and pushing me and financially backing me. The
yes.
saints, I'm talking about. I'm like, and it was said to me by several people, even my tribe, but listening to bishops say that to me: Apostle, you are loved. Apostle, you have sown
Yes.
seeds. Apostle, you have planted. You are a seed of legacy. We see you.
Yes.
You don't have to ask us for anything. He
Mm-mm.
that knoweth to do good and do it not, the scripture said to him,
Give me
you
sin.
missing God. I'm not going to
Mhm,
use the word because the word is sin, but he really means
mhm.
you missing God.
You
People
missing
don't
it.
have to pump you to give and pump you to do and pump to love you. When you have the right kind of people around you, the people that
Mm,
understand your voice, those that will do what they need to do to get you
yes.
across the river.
The
I'm telling
legacy, the seeds are going to bloom, and that's exactly
you,
what's
oh,
happening. Those seeds are,
you
those
keep
seeds
hitting
are,
me. The blooming, not on.
they're flourishing even, right? It's like this is not a conversation. This is not a movement for someday, maybe someday, one of these days. Oh, you need to smell every flower. You need to inhale every gifting, every harvest. I'm telling you, soak it all up. It's going even into the sinews of your very being, because it's life giving. Seeds can, we got some, look, I got some seeds out there. I don't know them. Some of them seeds are not doing what I need them to do, but some of those seeds are bringing forth a beautiful harvest, and they're blooming out there in my garden.
Wow, in your garden. Look. I forget the name of the lady. Her name is Anita. She talks about the garden. She deals.
Anita Phillips.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's an awesome
Yes.
book. That book is awesome. Yes. Um,
Hmm.
Let me ask you this question. You have assembled an incredible group of women. What qualities were you looking for in this year's speakers?
It really is those who have traveled the road of knowing what it looks like to have something inside of them and there be something compressed on top. And they have been able to overcome, and they have been able to surpass what it is that either language, culture, environments have tried to impress upon them. So this quadri of women, and there's this, your, yourself and Brownie and Regina Amos and Coach LaShawn with health, um, Tiffany James, our MC extraordinaire, and Dr. Nicole Barnett, and yours truly.
Absolutely, you're
These and yours truly, right? Yeah, we model in the way.
Yeah.
right? Because I think that while there are women who are going to be in the room accomplishing amazing things, there is this coming together and exchange taking place cross generational. You said something in the beginning about the flurry and overload. Somebody called it overload of how do I make a decision on
Mhm,
where is the room that I should be in. And I
mhm,
would just say to you that this is a room that is an intersection between faith and marketplace. And
mhm.
that intersection is equipping. And so, if you're ready to be equipped for what your next is, this is the room for you. I always look at it a few ways. Am I sent to this room or am I signed to this room? Or am I supposed to seat into this room for somebody else?
Right, exactly.
Right? So every room is not for me to put my presence in. It
Mhm.
is for me to seed into that through sponsorship or donating or in some way. And that's how we decide where are you assigned? Where are you going? Where is it that you need equipping, you need community, you need to uncover your brilliance so that every person that has come to this room since the very first time has said, this is exponential. This didn't stop at a point in time. This allowed me to seed and continue growing. And so when the Lord selected this quadri of women, it was this is something we have uniquely in common as we are coming together to seed legacy.
To see legacy, and
Mm.
I commend you for that. We have seemingly so many women that are offended if they're not called to the platform, if they're not part of what is going on in the event. They don't really play a part or seed into it, and I think that I have moved away from that kind of mentality of women,
Mm.
um,
Mhm.
because I've tried to coach women out of that mentality because it's
Yes.
a poverty
Mm.
mentality. It's
Mm.
it's it's the conditioning that we've received from our churches, from our schools, from even
Mm.
for jobs that we work on, careers. How we have been conditioned to fight in order to get to the front or get in line, or we
Mm.
you or we don't sew financially. We'll get weaves and fingernails, pedicures, and I'm not
Mm.
knocking that. We need to take care of ourselves,
You do.
but when do we take $100 or $200 and say, I want to see this into my baby sister, or there's a sister in my church that needs to be in the room. Maybe I don't need to be in the room. Maybe
Yes.
I have all that I need. I'm full. My plate is full. But
Yes.
I know somebody that needs to be there. This is
Yes.
a whole nother perspective, a whole nother mentality of, I
Yes.
call it high end ladies.
Ooh, the high end.
The
Where the high end
ladies,
ladies?
the
Where
high
the
end
high?
ladies that say,
Ooh.
wait a minute, because what what our counterparts were taught, they did that for each other. But we
Mm.
as a black sisters, we haven't done that for each other. You know,
Mm.
we'll stand in a line and watch a person struggle to buy a loaf of bread and not say, hey, I'll buy it. We'll struggle.
Mm.
Their bill is $60 and they have to take out a couple of items, and we say, hey, bam, look here. Uh, this might have been my pedicure money, but I'm gonna pay for this right now.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I think what you're tapping into, which we've been able to see, it's something this legacy seed is really hitting a different way. We have legacy investors that have invested to ensure another woman gets in the room to the tune of, I want to say, 6 or 7 investments, legacy investors. I'm shouting your businesses out. You all are phenomenal. Mentor, mentee, encouraging touch, E3 Fit and Wellness, a brand new day. If I'm missing somebody, charge. Oh, let's not forget Le Bosspreneur, Shervon Wright. I mean, all of these businesses have seeded so that another woman can participate. Maybe she's not financially able to participate. And I'm telling you, this has blessed me in such a powerful way, because it's no longer, it's what you said, it's no longer that I got to get, it's me and all about me. It may be me and I'm called to that room, and I know that there is someone else that I'm bringing along, right? Because we are bringing others along with us, because we're not trying to leave anybody. There's no one left behind. So every single woman represents a different expression of brilliance, not
Wow.
perfection. There are women who have lived what they teach. They've navigated adversity. They've evolved. They've integrated life lessons into wisdoms, and collectively. This is, we're talking about the collective at
Yeah,
the Brilliance Experience 2026 Legacy Edition, because this is multi-generational. My daughter, the daughters of granddaughters of some of our baby boomers are going to be in that room. Collectively, we are reminding us that there isn't one path to purpose.
exactly. I think what blessed me in one of your experiences that your mother was there.
Yes,
And your
yes,
mother knows that I am your godmother.
yes, yes,
We took pictures together, and
yes,
how your mother integrated me into the picture without being intimidated. It's moments like that that are
absolutely.
real, like
Yes.
I'm her mom, and her mom and I are both baby boomers. We come from that
Mhm.
generation where mine is mine and
Mine is
yours
mine.
is yours.
Yes,
So
yes,
don't be going on my territory. But
yes,
somehow us
yes.
coming together without even saying a word,
Not even a word.
we connected because I realized this is your birth baby. And she realized, well, you sown something into my daughter that maybe I couldn't.
It's
Unspoken,
not spoken.
unspoken healing, unspoken
Yes.
reconciliation, unspoken legacy.
Woo!
I mean,
Yes.
and I, it's phenomenal.
Mm.
It's just phenomenal when you get in the right room with the right rhythm,
Yes.
vibes. It's
Yes.
just a divine moment, and seeds is being planted. You know, I mean, you're a whole seed coming in. You're a whole. I mean, the bouquet
A
that is going to
bouquet.
be there at this
Mhm.
Brilliance experience is going to be so phenomenal.
I'm so excited for it.
The in the comments where they can register, those that are in the area, if you can register and
Yes, I'm
be
gonna put it
you you
in.
you had you said it was closed, registration was closed, but you have a special seating for 10. Do you want to talk about that? But while you're putting that in there, she has
Yes.
room for 10 more
I'm so
individuals.
excited for it.
Put a link in there for you so that you can connect. Also, if you want to sponsor someone of the 10 out of the 10 seats, you can do that as well. And she would definitely, she is a woman of perfection, maturity. uh, she'll make sure that you get recognized. She'll thank you. She said it
Absolutely.
won't be a drive-by because we appreciate everything that is done, but we don't want any woman that needs to be in the room, that needs their brilliance, to uncover their brilliance, to uncover who they are, to be in a room of multi-generational individuals and uncover the brilliance of their life. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, there's so much good seeds of Bishop K. Reen is on here, and she's bringing, she is seeding legacy. She has seeded legacy. Seeds of legacies produce deep roots. Absolutely. When I think of legacy, it's integrated living. It's when your values and your faith, your relationships, your leadership, and your purpose become consistent expressions of who you are. And so, legacy isn't measured by what you leave behind. It's
Thank you.
measured by
Thank you.
what continues because you lived, right? It's measured by what continued because you lived,
Touch you live.
because
Yes.
you lived.
Yes. Yes. Because
Yeah.
you live. We
That's
can
a
count
that's a
it.
mindset shift, right?
It
That
is.
is a
We
whole
can count it.
shift.
legacy, maybe 40 years ago, maybe not even that long, maybe 20 years ago, we equated legacy as what somebody left in the bank for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we have to be honest with you, because I used to work for Kaiser Steel, Henry J. Kaiser down the 300 Lakeside Drive.
Yes.
Worked there for
Yes.
10 years. That was before before the steel industry and all of the coal and all that started being imported rather than exported. And
Yes.
that's how Kaiser Permanente was formed, because Henry J. Kaiser was concerned about his employees. Talk about legacy. He
Hmm.
was he was concerned about his employees. That's how old I am. He was concerned about his employees, so that's why he created Kaiser Permanente. Now, the steel industry is down the drain, the coal industry, all of that, but who remains? and,
Who
and, and you're a
remains?
CEO of Kaiser Permanente Hospital. But I remember working there and how I didn't, they had florists, they had the mezzanine room floor where they had florists, they had, stockbrokers, they had a state jewelry store. I didn't know what an ESTA. I didn't know what that was. I'm like, I was
Yes.
waiting for my ride to come pick me up from work, and I saw all these Caucasian men buying flowers. I'm like, every Friday they were buying flowers. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember my daddy bringing my mother no flowers. I didn't see very few. We didn't have very few black men that worked there anyway, but there weren't. I don't remember black men going to the florist and buying flowers. And I sat there and watched, all these men are buying flowers for their wives, and so it was a culture shock for me, because I wasn't enculturated into that kind of atmosphere. So now we're understanding so much more that we didn't know. But I remember that the word uh, legacy had to do with whatever your mom and your daddy left you. And I always said, well, most of us got a broke down house, and we got 10 people crying and fighting over one ring. Hello. And a couple
Mm.
clothes. And now we've come
Mm.
to understand that legacy is more than just leaving. It's good to leave an inheritance to your
It
children.
is. It
It is.
is.
It is. But
Mhm.
legacy is more than just leaving money.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is more than, there's so much more, right? Some of the tools I think about, my grandmother, who passed away, so much of who she was has, I see myself in her. Like her legacy lives out in me, like every single day. The she was a domestic engineer, but to see her navigate through everyday business, and how she did her business, and how she was well respected and honored in going to the bank, even in the grocery stores, they just call her by name. And
Mhm.
so it just is, I would say that what is making the Brilliance experience different than many of the conferences that have a transfer of information? Brilliance experience creates transformation. And so
Mhm.
we don't simply just ask, what do you do? We ask, who are you becoming? And women don't just leave with notes. They leave with a renewed hope, a renewed mind, authentic connections, and practical strategies, and permission they no longer need.
That part right there, waiting on permission. We want you to stop waiting on permission to be
Stop
you.
waiting. Stop
You,
waiting.
you
You
don't
don't.
need a pass
You
to
don't.
be who you are. You don't need
No,
a
just leave them.
certificate to be who you are.
Yeah, live your legacy out loud.
Yes, yes. Angela,
Mhm.
okay, we got all right. Okay.
Yeah, Angela's already see she's going to see it in legacy. So here's what we did. So we closed registration on the 11th, and with purpose, we created a special legacy registration opportunity we set aside just for this conversation. For those of you, some of you have been contemplating, is this the room? So now you can decide, right? You're like, this is amazing. So those of you are thinking, this is amazing, or you want to have someone else come into the room, you want to seed to someone else, we set aside, because we'll be at capacity once this 10 spaces are gone. And so I just am so encouraged. I'm excited for this book release, which is a huge deposit of seeding legacy. I want you to just share with us. I know we still got a few more minutes and you got a boatload of questions. We can't even answer all the
I
questions
know
in this
a boatload.
elaborate interview. Like you guys are on the sofa, this elaborate conversation. Like I just need some tea and throw my pinkies up, right? Because it's just so full.
It is when you
But
have so
tell
much.
us about this book.
Yes, the Caesar legacy again was birthed from Coach Debbie's um, Brilliance experience, the Legacy Edition, and I just kind of was for the last year or so have been not struggling with, but learning who I am without my titles. I started asking myself, who am I? Who am I? Some of it came from my counseling sessions when I ask people who
Mm,
they are. They always identify their titles, and then having to deal with people who want to attach themselves to you because they want to be a bishop or they want to be an apostle or they want to be this or that, and they know that you have ascribed to that and that you have the ability to do that, but then
mm,
learning that you want a title, you the function is not in you. That what all the bishopric, the apostle, the teacher, the coach, all of these are functions, but it's not who I am. It's
yes.
what I do. And
Yes.
many of my comrades, they are getting older and they're struggling with retirement, and they don't
Mhm.
they're lost. I'm like, why are you lost? Because you don't work on that job anymore? Well, that
Mhm.
position was as a function. That's not who you are. um,
Mhm.
Bishopric is not who you are. It's what you do. The apostleship
Yes.
is not anything you're consecrated to do. It's an affirmation of the function that you have. You been doing? Have you been sent? Where you been sent to? Who sent you?
Oof.
All of this, and then dealing with my fractured self, all of
Mm.
of myself that the church could not address.
My God.
And we've hearing so much about church hurt. Well, you got church hurt. If you've ever been in a hospital, you got hospital. If you've ever not been able to pay, get everything out the grocery store, you could call it grocery store hurt. But we have all this
Yes.
trauma. And then I realized that I was showing up in rooms for people who wanted to see what they wanted to see. And I got tired of
Mm.
that. I got tired of showing up just to be an apostle or showing up. Well, I want the prophet. I need you to prophet. No, 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 no. The fractured part of me, the hurt part of me, the part of me that was broken. When I started integrating all of who I was and bringing
Mm.
them into the room,
Oof.
it became a journey home.
The fullness.
Yes,
The
I am all of that. I am I
yes.
am what I was 15 when I was 15. I'm not doing what I did at 15, but I am all of me is here. Every part of me is here. And I'm yet here. And I'm not showing up
Mm.
in your room waiting for you to accept and endorse who you want to endorse. I am
Mm.
authentically myself. So I wrote this book because I saw so many people dealing with the same issue. And I
Ah,
said, God, I want to help my sisters and my brothers
yeah.
be able to identify who they are. So the journey home has to deal with, who were you? Remember Jeremiah 1 and 5?
Yes.
God
Oh.
said, this is the key, and I'm not going to tell you
Oh.
everything. This Jeremiah, God said to Jeremiah, I I knew you before you were formed. God knew
Mm.
us before we were formed in our mother's womb.
Mm.
He knew us.
He knew.
The problem is we've forgotten him. Trauma,
Ooh.
life, the shaping of conditioning,
Mhm.
post-traumatic
Mhm.
slave syndrome, sexism,
Yes.
racism, rape of
Yes.
our people. We have we
Mm.
have we have been exploited in such a way we have forgotten who we are. So we grab for titles
Mm.
to identify who we are. And all God wants us to do is to come home. All
Just,
God wants us to do is to remember who
mm.
we were when He knew us before we were formed in our
Ooh.
mother's womb, before the trauma, before the title. That's all. Welcome home. The Journey
Mm.
and the Science of the Soul is a powerful book that I have written just for you. And
Ah,
we're going to launch that on the 15th. But from the 1st to the 15th, we're going to be doing Seeds of Legacy and order the
yes.
books. I'm so excited about it because I said I wasn't going to write no more books because black people like to read. I kept saying that I'm not writing another book because black folk don't read. They just don't.
How about this book is going to be in hands of those who don't look like us,
Yes,
right? That this is going to um, this is a catalyst to other ethnicities as a seed, as seeding legacy, um, and those who are looking for the journey home. I can't wait either, Tiffany. I can't wait either. And I want, this is my prayer, is that every woman, and I'll tell you, men are coming to the room. They're gonna come. They want to try to get in this
they've been
year.
trying. They wanted to
They
know
tried
so
to get
bad.
in this year. They did. They did. Bishop Manyweather, we see you, sir. But this is my prayer: is that every woman leaves lighter than she came, clearer than she came, more courageous than she came, and even more convinced than ever that she already possesses everything she needs to become who God designed her to be. And I don't want women leaving inspired. I want them leaving transformed. And that is what makes the Brilliance experience different.
I think that's our close right there. That's our close. Coach Debbie is about
Mm,
transformation. That's what it's all
mm,
about.
mm,
I'm going to be there enjoying all of it, just
mm,
watching the ladies and hearing them, taking in all the wisdom that they have,
mm.
and transforming myself because
Yeah,
I am a lifetime learner.
yeah.
A lifetime learner. We don't stop learning. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Coach
Thank
Debbie, for
you.
Brilliance Experience, the Legacy Edition. And happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday to
you.
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday to
mm,
you.
thank
Woo!
you.
Yes,
Thank
it's a
you.
milestone birthday, you all. She's going to be 60 years
Oh
old.
my goodness.
Welcome on my side.
Oh my goodness. And I'm saying, there's this thing about women not saying their age, right? I think this has been something that, and I don't know what it is. I was talking to my mama about it. And she's like, don't, your friend didn't verbalize that I was like, she was respectful. She said, oh, you're going to be dot, dot, dot. And I responded to her, yes, I am dot, dot, dot. I don't know what it is about it. So I'm
I
like,
think it's old school. It's old school syndrome. But I think a lot of our women now don't mind saying how old they are, especially those that are learning to. 60-year-olds don't look like my grandmother. My grandmother is 60. Is in the South, and we didn't care about
mm,
hair and clothes and health and all of that. But 60-year-old women today are concerned about their health and exercise and taking care of themselves. So and then we have better medical care. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, we have better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we care about how we move. That's why you have Coach LaShawn coming.
Yes.
To help us keep it moving. I did my,
Keep
you know,
it moving. Wellness, right?
yeah,
It's every women, right? The dimensions of legacy, leadership, faith, agency, wellness, purpose, transformation. And together they tell this one complete story. There are many expressions of brilliance, but one invitation. Own it.
Own it, own it, own
Own
it,
it. Own
own
it. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. My actual birthday is July 18th. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So this is my birthday week. This is my
it.
birthday week. And I said, at this big age, that's what I'm calling it. At this big age. At this big age, you know what? I'm just embracing the whole of it,
Wow.
integrating the whole of who God created me to be. And you said I'm no longer living in the fragments of myself. I'm not compartmentalizing who I am. I'm
Yeah,
bringing the fullness of who I am to every space that
yeah.
I occupy. And I'm watching you, a legacy leader, model the way for all so many. You are impactful, you are influential, you are amazing, and I am so blessed that I get to call you my mom, my mentor, spiritual. Naturally, I just am so blessed to be on this purpose journey together, seeding legacy, and to watch the unfolding of this beautiful, beautiful literary piece of art.
Thank you so much, Coach
Thank you.
Debbie. Coach Debbie, the journal is going to be a gift for the first 10 people who get a book at the Brilliance conference.
Beautiful.
They purchase. Yeah, it has the seeds of legacy, and then it has you can remember where you were. I start writing in
Mm,
mine. Then in the back it has the seeds of legacy. So this is something
it's
that I keep,
beautiful.
all because of Coach Debbie Renee Howard. Let us learn to glean from each other. The dynamics of our brilliance is in us, and it's going to shine bright. So we look forward to seeing you at the conference. We've got Donna Fox. She said something very powerful. They're coming from the East Coast. We got our
Yeah,
East Coast people that are coming. We
yeah,
got people coming from Dallas, Texas. We've got people coming
yeah,
from Pennsylvania.
yes.
I mean, I'm telling you, the delegates are
Houston, the people coming, they coming. I'm so blessed. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. And for the legacy edition, right? This is Seeds of Legacy. I'm telling you, from all over the globe. Alicia, we're going to look for the time you come into the room, whether you believe you are sent to the room, assigned to the room. I believe you need to be in the room. So I look for the day, whether this one or the next. I look forward to welcoming you into the room because you belong.
Well, thank you so much, Joshua. God bless you. Phyllis Morrison, Carolyn Mayfield.
Mhm.
Hey, Denise, how are you? Bless you.
There.
Deborah Hines. Yes,
Oh, hi. That's Waynett's sister, right? She said, I want to
yes,
be transformed. We
yes,
put the link in the chat, Miss
yes,
Deborah. My
yes.
namesake, I'm not a Deborah. I'm really a Debbie. They forget because my mama just called me Debbie. I know I still give her a hard time about that. I'm like, you could have put a little more, a few more like consonant and vowels on that. But anyway,
And we're going to put
thank
the link
you.
in our DM so you'll have them as well. Thank you so much, Bishop Apostle Vincent Manyweather. Bless you.
Yes.
I'll be seeing you at Debbie's party, I guess. Yes. All right.
Awesome.
Host the
Awesome.
shine.
Awesome.
All right, Tiffany. Yay. All of you, we
Beautiful.
appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. Francesca Long is going to be here. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to stay because her daughter's going to college, and we celebrate our children going.
Yes. Yes.
Apostle Nakisha Woods, bless you, bless you. I know you're going to be in the room.
Yes, they already secure. These people
Oh,
have already secured their spaces. That's why there are only 10 spaces left because folks was like, "Ah, it's closing, the doors are closing the door." And I mean, we got a flood before the
yes.
doors closed. I'm like, people, I didn't even, they're like, I got my ticket for Brilliance. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were coming. Thank you for coming, right? It's like, oh my goodness.
It's going to be
People,
electrifying. I
it's,
believe that.
oh
I
my
believe that.
goodness, it
Lady Aunt
is.
Judy, she just lost her father last week.
Mm.
Um, the legacy of her mom and dad is resting on her. My sister,
Yes.
Kayreen, Bishop Kareen she's gotten delegates that are coming. I asked for a couple of her people, and they're going to show up. I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you, just asking. You have not because you ask not.
Yes,
Alicia,
no.
thank you so much.
Yes,
You,
yes,
thank
yes.
you. All right.
Yes. Good evening. Have an amazing evening.
Let somebody know that he's a powerful promoter. He is my cousin. We come from the same country, Oakwood, Texas, Palestine. Yes, but we in California now, acting like we don't know nothing about the country. That's Texas. That's Texanita's daughter. That's my cousin Texanita's son. They always talk
Oh
about
my
I'm Texanita's
goodness.
son. He's
Thanks,
definitely
Anita.
Texanita's son. All right,
Oh,
Jackie Morgan.
beautiful.
Since I've been here, taking good care of me. I tell you,
Mm.
all of you, all thank you so much. I don't want to miss not one of you.
Yeah.
Angela Phillips, bless you, dear heart.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Ashley, I hope you can make
Hey, Ashley.
it.
Yes, good evening. Well, we appreciate each of you. Letitia, she's from the East Coast. She's
Okay.
from the Carolina. She is a mentee with our Planning with Purpose cohort. She is doing amazing things on that East Coast, and she gonna come to Brilliance one of these years. She gonna come from the East Coast. Carolina's gonna be in the house.
All
We're
right.
going to also see some of that legacy. We're going to do some pop ups out of state and around this Northern California, Southern California as we are building the blueprint. Tiffany said, the Lord said, "What's beyond brilliance?" And we're still praying into that. So, thank you, everybody who joined, every single one of you. We
Yes.
appreciate you for being a part of this conversation, the catalyst to seeds of legacy with Apostle Ezrian Jackson, strategy purpose coach, and yours truly, Debbie Renee Howard, your transformation engineer and brilliance coach. We'll see you in the room August 15th, 2026.
Hey, we out of here. Go with God.